Welcome. Today we'll be presenting on the topic of frustration, focusing on how this emotion manifests in sports fans. This presentation is by me, Noah Odett, alongside AIden McKibben and Zach Murray.
Here's an overview of our presentation. We'll start with an introduction, discuss research questions and methods, then dive into theories, expert interviews, scale development, and more, concluding with our discussion and key takeaways.
Why did we choose frustration? This emotion is especially prevalent during sporting events. Frustration is defined as the emotional response to being obstructed or hindered in achieving goals or completing tasks. For fans, this often stems from unmet expectations or poor performance by their favorite team.
We centered our research around two key questions. How can frustration be operationalized from a sports fan perspective? And how can we develop a Likert-type scale to measure this frustration?
We began by analyzing existing scales that measure frustration. Sample statements include, I feel frustrated when I am unable to complete tasks. I often feel like my efforts go unnoticed. I get irritated when I encounter roadblocks at work. These guided the development of our sport-specific frustration scale.
Our first theoretical framework is the frustration-aggression hypothesis. This theory posits that frustration occurs when individuals are blocked from achieving goals, and this can lead to aggression as an emotional outlet. For fans, this may translate into shouting, booing, or blaming players during a game.
Next, the goal-setting theory suggests frustration arises when there's a gap between set goals and actual outcomes. Sports fans experience this when their team's performance falls short of their high expectations, particularly if they see those goals as attainable.
Finally, cognitive dissonance theory explains frustration as stemming from conflicting beliefs or actions. For fans, this can occur when loyalty to a team clashes with disappointment in their poor performance, creating discomfort.
To expand our understanding, we reviewed frustration definitions in other disciplines. Examples include, I feel I am prevented from choosing the way I carry out tasks. I feel forced to follow directions regarding what to do. These emphasize frustration as a reaction to a lack of autonomy or control.
Key themes we identified include emotion and context. Frustration varies depending on the situation, whether in sports, work, or academics. Frustration and fandom. In sports, this emotion is closely linked to team performance and expectations. Further research, investigating other emotions in fandom, such as pride and disappointment, offers valuable insights.
We conducted interviews with Paul Moriarty on October 14th and 15th. Sample questions included, can you recall a time you felt frustrated during a sporting event? Was there anything external that added to your frustration? And what could you have done differently to avoid frustration? The insights helped us better understand the triggers and context of frustration.
From our interviews, we identified recurring themes such as challenges, anger, and problem solving. These keywords highlight frustration as an emotion tied to obstacles and efforts to overcome them.
We define frustration for sports fans as the emotional response to the poor performance of one's favorite team. This definition reflects how expectations and loyalty shape fans' emotional reactions.
We received sample scales measuring general frustration, including, I feel I am prevented from choosing how I carry out tasks, I feel completely free to make my own decisions, and I feel forced to follow directions regarding what to do.
Another set of sample statements focused on task-related frustration. I feel frustrated when I am unable to complete tasks. I often feel like my efforts go unnoticed, and I get irritated when I encounter roadblocks.
We also reviewed scales focused on academic frustration, such as, I feel frustrated when I can't understand a topic. When I don't perform well academically, I feel irritated. I get annoyed when I can't follow the course material.
From our research, we developed a Likert-type scale tailored to sports fans. Statements include, I feel frustrated when my favorite team plays poorly. I get upset when my favorite team fails to meet my expectations. When my team makes mistakes, I feel a sense of frustration. I feel let down when my team loses due to poor performance, and it bothers me when my team performs worse than I believe they should.
Our findings emphasize how situational factors shape universal emotions. For sports fans, frustration is tied to loyalty, high expectations, and team performance. This research also demonstrates the value of using structured scales to measure emotions like frustration in different contexts.
In summary, frustration is a common and impactful emotion influenced by psychological and situational factors. Understanding it, especially in fandom, provides insights into managing it constructively. By exploring theories and scales, we've taken steps toward measuring frustration more effectively.
Finally, we'd like to thank the scholars whose work informed our research on cognitive dissonance. Thank you for your time, and we welcome any questions.